I choose my friends for their good looks, my acquaintances for their good characters, and my enemies for their intellects. A man cannot be too careful in the choice of his enemies. An idea that is not dangerous is unworthy of being called an idea at all. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. Never love anyone who treats you like you're ordinary. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. The nicest feeling in the world is to do a good deed anonymously and have somebody find out. I don't like compliments, and I don't see why a man should think he is pleasing a woman enormously when he says to her a whole heap of things that he doesn't mean. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. The mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death. Anybody can sympathize with the sufferings of a friend, but it requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. Live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. Nowadays, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. There is only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. The old believe everything. The middle-aged suspect everything. The young know everything. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. Life is not complex. We are complex. Life is simple, and the simple thing is the right thing. No great artist ever sees things as they really are. If he did, he would cease to be an artist. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Ordinary riches can be stolen. Real riches cannot. In your soul are infinitely precious things that cannot be taken from you. It is better to have a permanent income than to be fascinating. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. A dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. The only thing to do with good advice is to pass it on. It is never of any use to oneself. Experience is one thing you can't get for nothing. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. It is what you read when you don't have to. That determines what you will be when you can't help it. With freedom, flowers, books, and the moon, who could not be perfectly happy? How can a woman be expected to be happy with a man who insists on treating her as if she were a perfectly normal human being? Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. You don't love someone for their looks or their clothes or for their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear. It is absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. Crying is for plain women. Pretty women go shopping. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. Beauty is the only thing that time cannot harm. Philosophies fall away like sand. Creeds follow one another. But what is beautiful is a joy for all seasons, a possession for all eternity. No woman should ever be quite accurate about her age. It looks so calculating. A good friend will always stab you in the front. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. The aim of life is self-development. To realize one's nature perfectly, that is what each of us is here for. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. The reason we all like to think so well of others is that we are all afraid for ourselves. The basis of optimism is sheer terror. One of the many lessons that one learns in prison is that things are what they are and will be what they will be. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Life is never fair, and perhaps it is a good thing for most of us that it is not. It takes great courage to see the world in all its tainted glory and still to love it, and even more courage to see it in the one you love. I can now recreate life in a way that was hidden from me before, a dream of form in days of thought. Life is too short to be taken seriously. Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. The consciousness of loving and being loved brings a warmth and a richness to life that nothing else can bring. There is always something ridiculous about the emotions of people whom one has ceased to love. I'm a man of simple tastes. I'm always satisfied with the best. Life cannot be written. Life can only be lived.